There's nothing like having a trail close to home. That's one of Mike's dreams.
This is something that's going to be coming to the town. High school kids are going to have an opportunity to train on these trails.
Our friends at C.L.I.M.B designed the trails, cleared the paths, and did all the hard work.
In 1998 is when I first contemplated this would be a great place for trails. At that time, Nassau County owned the property and it was eventually transferred to the town of North Hempstead. This administration really knows how to get stuff done.
We're here today at the foot of this wooded trail here in North Hempstead to make an exciting announcement. The C.L.I.M.B organization will be designing and constructing 5 miles of mountain bicycle and hiking trails. The C.L.I.M.B organization will be maintaining the trails at no cost to our taxpayers. I've emphasized that this native area will be preserved. Town residents will gain multi-use trails for both hiking and mountain biking at no cost.
The town of North Hempstead truly does lead by example, and we should all be very proud of ourselves.
Today we're building a mountain bike trail. It used to be a sand mine and then it was a dump. But I mean, look at the woods, it's recovered nicely. Friends of mine that I went to high school with started C.L.I.M.B. They wanted to make sure that wherever we rode our bicycles, we weren't going to get kicked out. We'll build the trail, we'll maintain the trail, we'll pay for the signs for the trail. All you have to do is give us approval. And now we have 175 miles of mountain bike trails that we have built and we maintain, and we are the stewards for. We already came through with the machine, like a weed whacker on steroids, and cut this, and then the next process is to rake it. And you're only making it as wide as the rake.
Think about your handlebars.
This is a bench cut, and this is where we cut the trail into the side of the slope using these tools. We only make it a certain grade so it doesn't erode. This is the most sustainable way to make a trail. This tool is called an inclinometer. We want to make sure that the grades are not too steep. We're building the trail in a sustainable fashion, which means it resists the forces of erosion. We look at the trail's watershed, how much water it's going to be collecting. We make sure that the trail is as environmentally safe as possible. And we're going around the trees. We never take down any trees. We pulled all this stuff out. Look, this is a car door from the 50s. That's an old refrigerator and somebody's car seat. This bed spring will have to be removed, but we need more people than to lift it up and get it out of there. We had to go around this car hood. That's a hood of a car. Look at this chrome.
Wow.
And this is the license plate holder. You know what? I think that's a Plymouth. There's the rest of the car. See that it had drum brakes. Crank handle, door opener. So we moved the trail to avoid the car door. We don't do that all the time. This part of the trail is done. It's in rough state right now, but look at all these boulders. This is natural beauty right here. And we have the trail coming through this section because we want to showcase the boulders. That's all multiflora rose. Most of this stuff in here is non-native invasive plants. They grow faster than the native plants, and they take over and smother out the native plants. The birds and other animals require our native plants to survive. So we're gonna have volunteers maintaining the trails and cutting them back, and we're gonna have to cut them back like once every 3 weeks during the growing season, especially if we get a lot of rain like we've been getting. This is another bench cut, and we designed this with a grade reversal to keep water from coming down and eroding this section of the trail. That is a 2-foot high carpet of poison ivy. That's what we had to cut through in order to make this trail. Luckily, poison ivy is a native. The birds and deer eat the seeds. It also grows very slowly, so it's not really going to become a problem. People who are allergic to poison ivy, we recommend they wear full, long pants or long tights and avoid touching anything on the side. Even if you lean against a tree, I mean, look before you lean against a tree because that's all poison ivy. And then over here, we have an additional level of authority. The New York DEC has to approve those routes, and we welcome their expertise to help us make sure that we're not infringing on any sensitive habitat or protected plants. This is something that's going to be coming to the town where the high school kids are going to have an opportunity to train on these trails and start a league of their own or join an existing league.
We're so excited to be here today for a ribbon cutting on one of the most exciting projects in North Hempstead. It's the first mountain bike trail in our town, but it was also created at no cost to our taxpayers by our friends at C.L.I.M.B, which will be forever grateful. And that is really excellent news. Okay. Because their members designed the trails, cleared the paths, and did all the hard work. They were checking through some seriously dense terrain, a lot of poison ivy, a lot of things that need to be cleared out. And again, it was done through their hard work, the hard work of the volunteers that helped, and they made sure that it was done and it was done right. And we also have with us today Allie from REI. So REI sent volunteers to also work and help clear these paths. They donated $2,000 worth of gaiters, and that was for the workers to put on the bottom of their pants to help protect them from ticks. We're doing our own work to try to make sure that our quails are eating our ticks, but in the meantime, they're still here, and so very appreciated. Due to C.L.I.M.B's passion and commitment, the residents in North Hempstead, and actually any bike enthusiast on Long Island, can come here, enjoy this beautiful trail that winds its way through our woods. And so the other great thing that C.L.I.M.B is doing is that they're also going to be maintaining the trails. So anybody who's a bike enthusiast and wants to make sure that these trails are beautiful, it would be great if you could work with C.L.I.M.B to help maintain them as well.
These people were instrumental in making it happen, and I am utterly impressed with Michael and C.L.I.M.B and PW Green and the sheer commitment to this project.
This trail is like a dream come true for me because in 1998 is when I first contemplated this would be a great place for trails. At that time, Nassau County owned the property, and it was eventually transferred to the town of North Hempstead. This administration really knows how to get stuff done, so we couldn't have done it without your support.
It's like the vines.
Yeah.
Well, I actually have been mountain biking for a really long time. My husband, then boyfriend, introduced it to me over a weekend. And we've never stopped mountain biking. Like every weekend, we've been mountain biking since. I got proposed to on a mountain bike. We celebrated our 20th anniversary on a mountain bike. Everywhere we go in the world, we're on mountain bikes. It's really different than other trails on Long Island. It's got different features. It's new. Right? So it's really fun. And it's got different features and different designs than the other Long Island trails. A lot of the Long Island trails are fast and flowy. This one has fast flow tech, all combined in a really short amount of time. I run a youth program where we take kids riding all over the island. I'm a C.L.I.M.B member, and so we take advantage of all the 375 miles that C.L.I.M.B has of trail. Now we'll have 380 miles of trail.
I've been working with Mike Vitti building the trail actually, and the first time that I did ride on it was so extra special. It's very challenging. There's a lot of really good climbs. There's some really good fast downhills, but a lot of short technical climbs. So there's a couple of spots that'll slow you down and catch you off guard the first couple of times through. It's really very special, and it's going to get even more special as we go because there's a lot of great views here.
It's been a real challenge for me, moving from the road, different kind of sets of dangers and challenges to being in the woods here and, having to deal with rocks and trees and up and down. And there's going to be different trail levels. So there's going to be a green level beginner's trail. And that's where I'm going to be spending my time here, certainly in the beginning. As your skills grow and as your confidence grows, this is a very challenging place when you get to the more advanced trails for sure.
There's nothing like having a trail close to home. That's one of Mike's dreams too, is to have a trail within 20 minutes of wherever you live. So this now is the closest trail to my home. So I'm probably going to take this on as a project where I'll be maintaining it regularly.
The first loop is going to be 2-mile main loop, and then there's going to be additional loops off that main loop. The total will be about 5 to 7 miles. So you can choose the amount of exercise you want.
Get a bike and try it. I'm only riding for about 10 years. I started kind of late in life. It's the best thing I ever did.